Baking outside the lines, we're back, y'all. We have got a plant-based, gluten-free, vegan cake recipe. It is a caramel coconut oatmeal cookie cake. I'm super hyped on this. It's gonna be like a big, proud, beautiful cake, perfect for the world opening back up, perfect for your picnic celebrations. And today's cake, we are fortunate to say, is sponsored by our friends, Califia Oat Milk. They sent us this, they hit us up, they said, we want a recipe, anything you can think of that has our oat milk in it. The thing I like about this recipe also is the vegan caramel sauce they make for it. You can make a big batch of it. It lasts a long time. You can drizzle it on all different kinds of desserts. You can just store it in an airtight container. It's really lush. You can adjust the saltiness. You can add vanilla. Lovely and delicious. And made with Califia, the coconut oatmeal cookie layers, you can also double and make like little extra cookies. Same thing with the frosting. It's all buildable. You can have lots of leftovers to share with your friends and your neighbors in your community. I really love this recipe. Let's go. The very first thing we're gonna do is get these layers started. So this is my mise for my cake layers. We've got oats, of course, coconut. We've got our Califia oat milk here. This is the original Califia oat milk. We've got some vanilla and molasses, some leavener, some cinnamon, and some salt. We've got sugar, Spectrum organic, plant-based vegan shortening, and some aquafaba. Oh, and some Bob's Red Mills, the 1-to-1 gluten-free baking mix. Creaming method is what we're gonna utilize for this. Straight into the mixing bowl. Paddle attachment. I'm just gonna set this on low and add the sugar. We're gonna put this on medium. We're gonna let it cream for a couple minutes. We're gonna let it spin in the mixer for a couple minutes till it starts to get like light and fluffy. This is gonna give our cookie loft. It's gonna give it airiness. This is lightening up. The color is changing. It's getting a little bit lighter. Things are starting to get fluffier and shaggy inside of there. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer and then I'm gonna stream that aquafaba. So the next thing we're adding is kind of all these dry things, really. And the next thing we need to do is just divide this cookie base into 3 equal amounts in some cake pans. I'm just trying to spread it evenly. So I'm just gonna pop these into the oven, 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes until they're nice and golden. We'll pull these out and cool them, and while they're doing their thing, we're gonna move on to the caramel and the frosting.
Later.
It's been about 15 minutes. These cakes, I just peeked in on them and I'm gonna pull them. They're ready to come out. Yes, toasty cake layers. Look at these toasty beauties. I'm gonna actually just like set these aside to cool now. And then we're gonna work on caramel so that we can then work on our frosting. Caramel, dun, 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 dun. Super easy, just a few ingredients. There's one thing that is a glaring omission that I can see right in this moment, and it is salt. As we know, all baked goods need salt. All baked goods need salt. All baked goods need salt. Newsflash, not a newsflash if you've been watching Baking Outside the Lines. This caramel recipe is super fast and easy. It's literally just some sugar, I've chosen to use as my vegan fat a Spectrum organic shortening and Califia original oat milk. And it's really just gonna be like me whisking all this stuff together, heating it up slowly, and then pulling it from the heat, letting it do its thing, salt, vanilla, done. Do not walk away from your caramel It will burn, it will overboil, it will bubble up. It is extremely hot. And if you splash it on your skin, whatever you do, don't try to wipe it off. Get it under cold water as soon as possible because it will just take your skin right off. It's not smelling super caramely yet. It's still very light in color, as you can see. You just want to keep going. It's bubbling up now. You don't want to walk away. Keep stirring so it doesn't catch. Add the vanilla. Be careful. Look, see how it's bubbling up? You don't want to just dump it all in. It will bubble up violently. I'm actually adding a couple pinches of salt, and this pinch isn't just like a little pinch like this. Sometimes a pinch is a pinch like this, but this is actually like a whole hand pinch. I've got my salt action going there. Salted caramel is a beautiful thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pour it into this bowl and do a little makeshift ice paddle so I can cool this caramel down. Be careful. Hot, 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 hot. See how it's kind of stringy, but it's not like those like really super thin, like glassy spider webs. That's what we want. If it was the thin, glassy spider webs at this point, we would have gone a little too far into like the candy side of things. And we want this when it cools to be still pourable. Good. Last laugh is on me because it clearly was serious, because look at what happened. We're gonna fix that and I'm gonna show you how. Don't think this is the first time I've had a cake layer not come out beautifully, and don't think I don't know how to fix it. Oh, your little broken one. See, this is what's good about this show is you learn how to fix all your friggin' mistakes because you're out here baking outside the lines, acting like everything is super chill, and it is. But really what we're doing is like teaching you how to fix everything that goes wrong. Come on, baby. Oh, good, go ahead. Wow, okay, use parchment, people. You're gonna see this cake at the end too. You're gonna be like, wow, it doesn't even look like it was ever broken. I'll be like, yeah, that's right. It's really broken though, that's the bottom. These definitely need to be chilled now because look at how fragile they are. All right. American style buttercream, vegan American style buttercream. Straight in with our shortening. Paddle attachment. I'm making it on the big boy. Can you see that, camera guy? Perfect. I'm just paddling the spectrum shortening. I'm adding, it's basically 1 part shortening to 2 parts sifted powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. And then I'm gonna add in the caramel we just made, a little bit of the Califia original oat milk, some salt, some vanilla. It's gonna come together super quickly, and this is how it's gonna go. Right now, everything is super dry. It's super dry. This fat is gonna mix in. It's gonna continue to be pretty dry. I just scraped it down. I'm actually just gonna add in all of this now to incorporate it. And then we can thin it with our little Califia oat milk. We can add our kosher salt, our vanilla. This looks really delicious. It is. So much frosting. And like I said at the beginning, there's lots of extra frosting. Just getting this little last bit of caramel into this caramel sauce into this bag because we're going to use this for our final decor. Da-da-da. All right, so as we may remember, we damaged these getting them out of the pan, and I'm gonna show you how to kind of like fix and how to decide when you're fixing what to do. So the ugliest, most damaged one can go in the middle. That's gonna be this guy. And then obviously the prettiest one we want on top. This guy's gonna be good. The reason I picked this one for the bottom as opposed to this one is this one's gonna have a little bit more structure than this. This one's just like blown out all in the middle. So this is like the move when you're trying to like, oh no, like I messed up my cake. Like, what do I do? Like, you do this. Keep your head on, you keep your hair on, and you just keep it moving. And now we're gonna put some frosting. We're gonna use the same amount of frosting on each layer, so it's nice and even. We're gonna spread this nice and evenly. Yummies. Next is gonna be like the broken ass layer. We good, she good. Oh, hi. There she is, look at her. Look at her, she's good. She's ready. She's ready to go in, coach. We're gonna add our 3 scoops. And then the last one, we'll do face up. We're just gonna add a little more frosting for the top and the sides. We can kind of go a little ham on this. I'm doing like overflow, like 3 scoops again, but they're like overflowing because I'm gonna bring this around the sides as well. Get it nice and evenly spread. Let's just kind of take it over the sides. It's also something that you can leave like semi-naked like this, like very scraped back, because it's a cookie cake and it's not meant to be this like picture of pristine perfection. It's like a picture of like rustic perfection. And make no mistake, she is perfection. She's just a different kind of perfection. Just gonna clean up the top and we're gonna do some cute little tchotchkes. Just make it nice and pretty. Now we're just gonna do some little cute guys. I love cute guys. I'm gonna put something on here and I don't know what it is yet, and I feel like it's gonna be a little fleur moment. Bit of this on here. Some other pretty babies. This is like my favorite part, is the decorating. I mean, this thing is gonna taste delicious and I'm well aware of that, but the presentation, like you eat with your eyes first, and I just like having fun with making things look pretty. I love gold. I love gold anything. I love this stuff. So it's like, I don't know if you can see, it's like a gold dust. We've definitely used this before. You can decorate this any way you want. This is just like the direction I feel like I'm going in today with this bad girl. Like, oh my God. We have a beautiful plant-based, gluten-free, vegan, caramel coconut oatmeal cookie cake. We've featured Califia original oat milk in every step of this process, between the cookie cake layers, the caramel, and the frosting itself. Thank you to our sponsors for this video, Califia. There is a recipe below. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. Things are growing and changing inside of the Lani Halliday Baking Outside the Lines universe, so follow along. LaniHalliday.com. Sign up for the mailing list so you can stay abreast of all that, but like, comment, and subscribe. That's it. I am going to eat this whole entire cake. That's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.